In a shocking and tragic turn of events, legendary Hollywood actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa were found dead in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home on Wednesday. Authorities have described the circumstances surrounding their deaths as suspicious. Here's what we know so far. Gene Hackman, 95, was an Oscar-winning actor renowned for his iconic roles in films like And. His wife, Betsy Arakawa, 65, was a talented classical pianist. The couple lived a relatively private life in their Santa Fe home. The couple was discovered on Wednesday afternoon after a 911 call reported their bodies. A pest control worker, who noticed the couple's absence, an unusual occurrence, alerted a security officer in the subdivision. The officer found the couple inside the home. Two maintenance workers later reported that the front door was ajar when they arrived. Deputies found no signs of forced entry, but the scene raised enough concerns to warrant a thorough investigation. Arakawa, and another outside the home. Toxicology and carbon monoxide tests have been requested, but results are still pending. Initial checks by the Santa Fe City Fire Department and New Mexico Gas Company found no evidence of a carbon monoxide leak or issues with the home's gas lines. Santa Fe County Sheriff Aiden Mendoza stated that the couple had been dead for quite a while before they were found. While there's no immediate evidence of foul play, investigators are not ruling anything out. The affidavit for a search warrant cited several unusual details, including the unlocked front door, the space heater on the bathroom floor, the open pill bottle, and the presence of both living and deceased dogs. These factors have led officials to call for a thorough search and investigation. In a brief statement, Hackman's family expressed their grief. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was always just Dad and Grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. The statement was signed by his daughters, Elizabeth, Leslie, and Annie Hackman. In a brief statement, Hackman's family expressed their grief. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was always just Dad and Grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss. The statement was signed by his daughters, Elizabeth, Leslie, and Annie Hackman. The investigation is ongoing, with authorities working to determine the cause of death. Toxicology results and further forensic analysis may provide more clarity in the coming days. For now, the deaths of Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa remain shrouded in mystery, leaving fans and loved ones heartbroken and searching for answers. Federal judge orders OPM to rescind illegal directives on employee terminations. Judge Alsop rules OPM lacks authority to order firings across agencies. A federal judge on Thursday ordered the Office of Personnel Management, or OPM, to rescind its earlier instructions directing federal agencies to promptly determine whether certain employees should be retained. The directives, issued in a January 20th memo and a February 14th internal email, were deemed illegal by Judge William Alsop of the Northern District of California, who stated they should be stopped, rescinded. The ruling, however, does not reinstate employees who have already been dismissed. Judge Alsop instructed OPM to notify the Department of Defense by Friday that his ruling invalidates the directives, particularly ahead of expected probationary terminations. OPM director ordered to testify in upcoming hearing. Judge Alsop also scheduled a hearing where acting OPM director Charles Ezel will testify. During Thursday's proceedings, Alsop emphasized that OPM lacks the statutory authority to hire or fire employees within other federal agencies. The Office of Personnel Management does not have any authority whatsoever under any statute in the history of the universe to hire and fire employees within another agency, Alsop stated. It can hire its own employees, yes, can fire them, but it cannot order or direct some other agency to do so. He added, OPM has no authority to tell any agency in the United States government other than itself who they can hire and who they can fire, period. The issue of probationary employees has also been a point of contention. Union representatives argue that these employees are being unfairly targeted and that their rights need to be protected. They emphasize the importance of due process and fair treatment for all federal employees, regardless of their probationary status. The unions are calling for a review of current policies to ensure that they align with statutory requirements and protect the rights of workers. Probationary employees are described as the lifeblood of government. Judge Alsop highlighted the importance of probationary employees, calling them the lifeblood of our government. He explained, they come in at the low level and they work their way up, and that's how we renew ourselves and reinvent ourselves. Probationary employees are typically recent hires or long-term employees who have recently transitioned into new roles. The plaintiff's attorney, Danielle Leonard, argued that the government's position, that these employees can be fired at will, is unprecedented and unlawful. The government's position, for the first time in history of the United States, is that these employees can be fired at will, Leonard said. That is not the law, Your Honor. Probationary employees and agencies do have obligations before firing probationary employees. Leonard also criticized the secrecy surrounding the mass firings, stating, the government should not operate in secrecy when it comes to wholesale orders to fire so many people. Dispute over OPM's roll order request. The hearing revealed significant disagreement over whether OPM's communications to agencies in mid-February constituted an order or a request to fire probationary employees. Judge Alsop questioned Assistant U.S. Attorney Kelsey Helland, the government's sole representative at the hearing, suggesting that the coordinated actions across multiple agencies indicated a directive rather than mere guidance. Something aberrational happens not just in one agency but all across the government, in many agencies on the same day, the same thing. Doesn't that sound like to you that somebody ordered it to happen, as opposed to, oh, we just got guidance? Alsop asked. Helen countered, an order is not usually phrased as a request. Asking is not ordering to do something. She argued that affected employees should address their grievances through the Office of Special Counsel, or the Merit Systems Protection Board, rendering the temporary restraining order unnecessary. Unions hail ruling as important initial victory. Unions hail ruling as important initial victory, Kelly's statement. The ruling was celebrated by unions representing federal employees. Everett Kelly, national president of the American Federation of Government Employees, called it an important initial victory for patriotic Americans across this country who were illegally fired from their jobs by an agency that had no authority to do so. Kelly added, OPM's direction to agencies to engage in the indiscriminate firing of federal probationary employees is illegal, plain and simple, and our union will keep fighting until we put a stop to these demoralizing and damaging attacks on our civil service once and for all. Lee Saunders, president of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, echoed the sentiment, stating, "We know this decision is just a first step, but it gives federal employees a respite." We will continue to move this case forward with our partners until federal workers are protected against these baseless terminations. Thousands potentially affected by OPM directives. According to OPM data, hundreds of thousands of federal employees could have been impacted by the directives, though the exact number of terminations remains unclear. The case continues to unfold as federal employees and their representatives seek to safeguard their rights and challenge what they describe as unlawful overreach by the Trump administration. Stay tuned for updates as this story develops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breaking news.